Algebra 2, Lesson 53, Metric Unit Conversions, English to Metric Units, and Weight Combination by Percent. Now this last one, Weight Combination by Percent, is actually a chemistry problem, so you guys will be allowed to use your calculators on them. The reasoning behind that is because sometimes you get some funny decimal numbers, and in chemistry you need to be as precise as possible, but you guys will learn all about that when in your chemistry classes, when you learn about significant figures and all that good stuff. But chemists use calculators. So, starting with practice A, they ask us what percent by weight of carbon chlorine 4 or carbon tetrachloride is carbon, and then they tell us the molecular weight of carbon, which is 12, and chlorine, which is 35. So to find this, first we have to find the total weight of carbon tetrachloride. So go over here on our paper, and if carbon is equal to 12 and chlorine is equal to 35, and we have one carbon and 4 chlorines, then we have to add 112 to 4 35s. So we'll start by multiplying 35 by 4. Gives us 20, 12, 14, 140. So Cl4 equals 140, and then C equals 12. So 140 plus 12 equals 152. So that is the weight of carbon chlorine 4. Now we have to find the percentage that is carbon in that molecule. So we're going to take 152, and above that we're going to put the total weight of the carbon, which in this case is simply 12. And this is where we use our calculator. So we're going to take this fraction and we're just going to punch it into our calculator. 12 divided by 152. That gives us a decimal answer of the percentage. So they tell us it is 0.07894. So to turn this decimal into a percent, we move the decimal place 2 over. So that gives us 7.89%, and we round to the hundredths place. All right, and that's the percentage by volume of carbon. Now, if they asked for the percentage by volume of chlorine, we would have to take the weight of all 4 chlorine atoms, 140, and divide that by 152. And just to show you what that would look like, get 140 divided by 152 gives us 0.92105, or it would be 92.11% once we round it. But again, our answer is only 7.89 because they're only looking for carbon. But just remember, whatever molecule you're looking for, you have to do the total weight of that molecule, not just a single value. All right, now moving on to unit conversions from English to metric or metric to English. In practice B, they tell us to use unit multipliers to convert 0.073 kilometers squared to miles squared. And the thing to remember when you're going from English to metric is that your doorway is always going to be 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. That is the standard for conversion rates between metric to English. The reason why they use such a small measurement is so that way they have the least margin of error. For example, 0.1 or 1/10 of a kilometer and 1/10 of a mile are much larger differences than 1/10 of a centimeter and an inch. So by using the smallest conversion rate, we have the least error when we convert. So nevertheless, we start with 0.073 kilometers squared over 1. Then we're going to make some unit multipliers, and we're just going to convert until we get to miles squared. So for kilometers, if kilometers is on top, we put it on the bottom. And then we're going down, so there's 1 kilometer in 1,000 meters. Now meters is on top, so we're going to have to put meters on the bottom. So there's 1 meter, and then from meters we go to centimeters. And there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. From centimeters, slide over it a little bit. From centimeters, we can now go to inches, our doorway. Centimeters will be on the bottom, and inches will be on the top. And then we have 2.54 centimeters to 1 inch. And you'll see this problem is getting very long. I'm going to go ahead and move down 1, and then I'm going to be going from inches to feet and then feet to mile. So since inches was on top, I have to put inches on the bottom on my next unit multiplier. And then that'll be feet, and that's 12 inches in 1 foot. And then from here, Feet goes on the bottom, 5,280 feet, 5,280 feet, and then we're finally at miles. From here we just keep simplifying the way that we know. So km squared cancels, meters cancel, centimeters cancel, inches cancel, and feet cancel. So then when we multiply our final answer, we've got 0.073 times 1,000 squared times 100 squared miles squared. So miles times miles gives us miles squared. And then now dealing with the denominator, 1 times 1 times 1, 2.54 squared. And then we have 12 squared. And then 5,280 squared. And that's our final answer. If you were to punch that all into a calculator, you would find out exactly how many miles that is. But for the sake of our text, all we have to do is that. We're keeping it pretty simple. All right.